Okay, let's be real. If you're sending out resume after resume and just hearing nothing, it's not bad luck. It means your strategy is broken. The job market is a whole new game today, and we're going to walk through the 10 pro tips you actually need to stop wasting your time and get hired. Let's dive in. So, first things first, let's talk about that giant frustration. You know the feeling. You spend hours perfecting an application, you hit submit, and then crickets. It just vanishes into a total black hole. What is actually going on there? Is a real person even looking at it?
Well, the answer is probably no. I mean, look at this. The data is pretty staggering. A full 75% of resumes are automatically rejected by software before a human being ever lays eyes on them. They're called applicant tracking systems, or ATS, and their job is to filter you out. So 3 out of 4 times, you aren't being rejected by a person, you're getting kicked out by a bot. And that is the very first gatekeeper you have to beat.
So, that frames our first big challenge, right? Beating the bots. Before you can even think about impressing a hiring manager, your resume has to get past that first digital screening. This is, without a doubt, the most important first stage of the whole job search gauntlet.
So how do we actually beat them? It's really a 2-part strategy. First, your resume and your cover letter have got to be perfect. I mean, perfectly formatted and packed with the right keywords from the job description. And second, you have to stop the whole spray and pray approach. This is not a numbers game. It's about applying for the right jobs with laser-like precision.
And let me be super clear about this. Quality absolutely crushes quantity every single time. Sending out 500 generic applications a week is just a massive waste of your energy. You will get so much farther with just 5 to 7 highly tailored applications where your resume actually mirrors the language they used in the job post. That's how you get their attention. But, let's be honest, trying to create a resume that makes both a robot and a human happy, it's a nightmare. You need that perfect formatting, you need the right keywords, and it is a huge headache. This is where a tool can make all the difference, which brings me to the sponsor of this explainer, mobilecv.ai. Yeah, this slide just says it all, the old way, right? You're fighting with Microsoft Word templates, just hoping the bots can read it, or maybe you're shelling out $500 for a writer. The AI way, with a tool like mobilecv.ai, just solves this. It uses this professional tech, it's called LaTeX, to build a perfectly formatted, bot-friendly resume every time. And instead of spending a fortune, you can start with 3 free credits. It's just a much, much smarter way to get past those bots.
Okay, so you did it. Your resume made it past the bots. That's awesome. But now you're facing the second challenge, the human test. It's time to actually impress the real people who decide if you get the job.
And to nail this part, you need a 4-part game plan. It kicks off with some deep research on the company so you actually know their business. Then it's all about using your network to get an inside scoop. After that, you've got to practice, really practice, for the interview. And finally, you wrap it all up with genuine professionalism. Now, I need you to really lean in and listen to this because it is so important. Most jobs are never actually posted on job boards. This is what we call the hidden job market. These roles get filled through referrals and connections, which is exactly why networking isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential. And listen, don't get intimidated if you think your network is small. Seriously, the truth is a focused, engaged network of just 20 professional connections can be way more powerful than 500 random people you've added on LinkedIn. The key is to actually build those relationships, not just collect contacts. When it's interview time, just winging it or practicing in your head isn't enough. You need a system. First, have your answers ready for all those common questions. Second, prepare your own smart questions to ask them. It shows you're serious. And third, practice saying your answers out loud. It makes a world of difference for your confidence and how you come across. And finally, all that classic advice, dressing professionally, showing up on time, it still really matters. Why? Well, it's not about some old-fashioned rule book. It's about showing respect for the interviewer's time and their expertise. It's that first simple step in building a real human connection, and that rapport is what makes you memorable. So you've totally aced the interview. The finish line is so close. But don't start celebrating just yet. There's one last really crucial challenge in this whole process, sealing the deal. Because what you do after you walk out of that room can literally make or break your chances. Okay, here it is, one of the most powerful tips I can ever give you. always, always send a thank you note. It seems so small, but it shows you appreciate their time and it confirms you're still interested. I have seen clients land jobs for one single reason. They were the only candidate who bothered to send one. Don't underestimate this, it can be the tiebreaker. Now, beyond all these strategies and tactics, there's one last piece that really holds everything together, and that's your mindset. How you approach the job search mentally is every bit as important as the actions you take. There are two really crucial things to remember here. First, you have to learn to see rejection not as failure, but as data. If you can, ask for feedback so you can get better for the next time. And second, you've got to be patient and persistent. The hiring process can be incredibly slow for a million reasons that have absolutely nothing to do with you. Just don't let it get you down. And that brings us to our final thought. I really want to leave you with this idea. Somewhere in the middle, you'll find that perfect role. This whole thing is a journey. It's a process. If you follow these steps, if you beat the bots and connect with the humans, you will find the right opportunity. So what's the first tip you're going to put into action?